Ethiopia is a remarkable country located in the eastern part of Africa, nestled between the equator and the Tropic of Cancer, in a region known as the Horn of Africa. This nation holds a special place in the history of humanity, often being referred to as the mystery giant due to its ancient and intriguing past. Nelson Mandela once expressed his profound admiration for Ethiopia, stating, "Ethiopia always has a special place in my imagination, and the prospect of visiting Ethiopia attracted me more strongly than a trip to France, England, and America combined. I felt I would be visiting my own genesis, unearthing the roots of what made me an African." This statement encapsulates the deep historical and cultural significance of Ethiopia, a place that has captivated scholars, historians, and travelers alike for centuries. Ethiopia is home to some of the earliest known civilizations in Africa. One of the most prominent was the Kingdom of Demt, which existed around the 8th century BCE. This kingdom laid the groundwork for the rise of the Aksumite Empire, one of the most powerful and influential kingdoms in ancient Africa. Emerging around the 1st century CE, the Kingdom of Aksum controlled much of the Horn of Africa and established trade routes with far-off civilizations such as Rome and India. The Aksumites are renowned for their advanced architecture, including the famous obelisks of Aksum, and for their early adoption of Christianity as the state religion in the 4th century CE. The Aksumite Empire faced significant challenges in the 7th century with the rise of Islamic forces, which led to its decline. However, the Christian legacy of Aksum endured, and the Zagwe dynasty took over in the 12th century. The Zagwe rulers are particularly noted for their construction of the rock-hewn churches in Lalibela, which remain some of the most impressive architectural feats in Africa. In the 13th century, the Solomonic dynasty rose to power, claiming descent from the biblical King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba, who is believed to have been from the region now known as Ethiopia. The Solomonic rulers continued to expand the Ethiopian Empire, which reached its zenith under Emperor Menelik II. Menelik II is celebrated for defeating Italian forces at the Battle of Adwa in 1896, making Ethiopia the only African nation to successfully resist European colonization. The Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church has played a crucial role in the cultural and spiritual life of Ethiopia. It is responsible for the country's literacy and social values, having been a key institution in the education system until the introduction of modern education in the late 19th century. The Church's teachings have been passed down through generations, maintaining a deep connection to the ancient scrolls and manuscripts that form the basis of the Ethiopian Bible. The earliest evidence of Christianity in Ethiopia dates back to the 4th century when King Ezana converted to Christianity. This conversion marked the beginning of a period of growth and development for Christianity in Ethiopia. Early church fathers translated the Bible into the Ge'ez language, making it accessible to the Ethiopian people. The translation process continued until the 8th century, when the monk Abba Pantaleon completed the work from Greek into Ge'ez. The Ethiopian Bible has undergone several revisions over the centuries to keep it up to date with modern language and understanding. In 1630, Abba Barhe revised the Bible for the first time in over 500 years, updating the translation under the direction of Emperor Susenyos. This revision was significant in bringing the Bible in line with contemporary linguistic and theological developments. Despite its rich heritage and deep cultural significance, the Ethiopian Bible has faced numerous challenges over the centuries. European missionaries and colonial powers viewed the Ethiopian Orthodox Church and its sacred texts as rivals to their own efforts to convert the Ethiopian population. They believed that the inclusion of apocryphal texts was heretical and sought to impose their own versions of the Bible on the Ethiopian Christian community. The suppression of the Ethiopian Bible was also influenced by political power dynamics within Ethiopia. European powers sought to exert influence over the country's religious institutions to further their own political and economic interests. They supported rival factions within the Ethiopian Orthodox Church to create division and weaken the Church's authority. By manipulating political power dynamics, Europeans were able to undermine the Church's autonomy and influence. The banning of the Ethiopian Bible by European missionaries and colonial powers was an attempt to control the religious and cultural practices of the Ethiopian people. They aimed to suppress the indigenous teachings and promote their own values and ideologies. This suppression was further enforced through missionary activities and the establishment of European-controlled churches and schools, which sought to impose European religious and cultural practices on the Ethiopian population. The history of Ethiopia and its sacred text, the Ethiopian Bible, is a testament to the country's rich cultural heritage and enduring resilience. From the ancient kingdoms of Dumt and Aksum to the rise of the Solomonic dynasty, Ethiopia has played a significant role in the history of Africa and the world. The Ethiopian Bible, with its unique blend of Christian and Jewish traditions, represents a vital part of this heritage. The suppression and banning of the Ethiopian Bible by European missionaries and colonial powers reflect a long history of colonialism and religious intolerance. However, the Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church and its followers have maintained their faith and preserved their sacred texts, ensuring that the teachings and traditions of their ancestors continue to be passed down through generations. In a world where power and privilege often shape our understanding of history and culture, the story of the Ethiopian Bible is a reminder of the importance of preserving and respecting diverse traditions and beliefs. It calls for a re-evaluation of how we interact with and understand different cultures, and a commitment to promoting inclusivity and equity. The Ethiopian Bible, with its rich history and profound teachings, continues to be a source of inspiration and strength for the Ethiopian people and a testament to the resilience of their cultural heritage.